Picture living in an area where your environment serves as a grounds for research, exploration, and physical activity. Or using a product that celebrates culture and connection with every single interaction. Or using a service that doesn't just function, but enables wellness and wildlife to thrive. This is the potential of Sustainable Design Framework. The Sustainable Design Framework aims to maximize the health and well-being of all on our planet while minimizing the environmental impact, enabling future generations to meet their needs. And let's be honest, it's kind of turned into a buzzword where, and especially for young designers, it often feels like a detached concept that is very difficult to implement, apart from becoming an afterthought. And when I first got into design in the 9th grade, I would simply add some sentences about sustainability into my design to get some extra marks. And this was until one day I came across this 400-page book about sustainable city planning with some beautiful illustrations. And out of curiosity, I spent the whole spring break reading the book. And these ideas are not new to the world, but they were new to me. And they have fundamentally changed the ways that I've tackled design problems as a student. And instead of viewing it as a checkbox to tick, I realized how applying this framework led to mental, physical, and socioeconomic benefits for my users. According to Haider and Kapoor, in 2024, spaces designed with sustainability in mind ended up resulting in better community bonding and social development. And because sustainable design also considers the livability and quality of life of all the users in the products, it increases its accessibility and brings the productivity of its users to new levels. And since then, I've been trying to incorporate these into my design, and today I just want to share 3 key insights of this design framework that has reshaped my design process from a perspective of a student and hopefully inspired the new generation of product designers. Firstly, sustainable design integrates, not separates. With the pre-existing wind, water, and natural habitats, there are so many benefits we can get from optimizing our designs around these features rather than designing in isolation. For example, when designing buildings, wind analysis is usually conducted to optimize the building's microclimate, position of windows, and even the orientation of the building. And this leads to better natural wind flow and reduced energy consumption, according to Kabazova et al. In 2022. And this isn't just about buildings. For product designers, our psychological needs are also considered natural features. So, optimizing our products with deep consideration to people's need for community, fitness, and culture can further integrate us into the product rather than simply performing a function. So wrapping up the first point, why separate our developments from natural features when we can integrate them? And secondly, sustainable innovation harnesses natural's ingenuity. With millions of years to evolve, nature has adapted to create some of the best designs for the environment that we thrive in. And some of the most groundbreaking products have and continue to be inspired by the amazingness of nature's design. Take the bullet train, for example, which was inspired by the Kingfisher for its aerodynamic nature, or organic building materials like bamboo, which have exhibited incredible strength and the ability to degrade after use, unlike conventional concrete. Or in 3D printing, where tree-styled supports have become widely used because of the material's efficiency and strength provided by the tree's design. And again, this goes beyond mechanical efficiency. Nature's ingenuity in its very design language has been shown to improve the well-being and mental health of humans. After all, we have evolved 99% to adapt to our natural environment. A study was conducted by Yin et al. In 2019, where participants were either shown a biophilic setting or a non-biophilic setting for 6 minutes on a VR headset. And what they found was that the people in the biophilic condition exhibited lower signs of anxiety within just 4 minutes. And that's why biophilic design has become so prominent as of late. And when we know this, we can then incorporate these into our furnitures, tools, and other products to hack our mental health and make it better. So when designing, consider, how could you harness nature's natural design language, like using natural lighting, fluid shapes, or organic materials to create a more calming design? And after all, our connection to nature significantly boosts our well-being, up to 4 times as much as socioeconomic status, according to Martin et al. In 2020. So, wrapping up this point, when designing, harness nature's ingenuity. And third, data drives sustainability. With billions of smart devices and the rise of Internet of Things, the amount of information accessible to planning agencies and product designers alike has skyrocketed. As Foreign Affairs mentions, data is power. Data enables us to make better decisions in the product development pipeline. And with the rapid development of machine learning technologies, there has never been a better technology to process these massive amounts of information from our sensors and devices. And there are still so many improvements that are required for it to reach its full potential. For instance, more protocols have to be added to seamlessly collate data from different agencies of different formats. But nevertheless, the possibilities of data and machine learning in sustainability are endless. In city planning, for instance, the analysis of movements of people in cities with respect to time and crowd can help to optimize street layouts, deploy police presence, or optimize air cooling. But again, it's not just about cities. For a product designer alike, the same principles can be applied to finding, for instance, the best shape for a headphone, through comparing thousands of images of heads, ears, shapes, and sizes, or analyzing the most common button in an app to optimize the user flow. And as a product designer, there has never been a better time to learn machine learning and incorporate these technologies to drive phenomenal design decisions. And so, concluding my investigation into this 400-page book, I've set a challenge for myself, and here's the same challenge for all you student developers out there. The next time you invent something, whether it's as big as an entire city or as small as a chair, I encourage us to discover ways which you can implement these principles we talked about today. And here's how I incorporated this into my work. When I was designing the new primary school DT labs for this school, instead of simply creating a functional workspace, I tried incorporating interactive sets which actively promoted collaboration between students. And I also designed for modularity to enable flexible learning configurations and prevent the need for large, costly renovation processes. And as for machine learning, I'm currently working on a mobile game, and as a solo developer, I'm limited by my resources. So I'll be using data and machine learning to create and analyze user interactions to optimize the layout and assets. So, what about you? How will you incorporate these frameworks into your design? To wrap up, sustainable design creates synergy between individuals, communities, data, and nature. And this synergy between all of these elements can welcome the golden age of human innovation. Thank you.